Shocking than the Shockmaster. It's more important than the NWO, and it's more predictable than John Cena's moveset. It's the return of the Wrestling Revolution. It's your host of the most, JR Jr., alongside my best friend, good old Wade Skaggs. What's up, buddy?
Nothing much, man. How's it going?
You know, little off-time college bullshit. Some political shit, you know.
Yeah.
We are back. It's the Wrestling Revolution. I mean, during the time I was watching some of these talk show videos, and I realized we need to come back, and we need to be the savior. So this is the second coming of the Wrestling Revolution. Gimmick infringement intended. All right, let's pick off where we left off. TNA Turning Point this Sunday, or last Sunday on pay-per-view. I didn't get to watch the card, watch some videos on YouTube. From what I saw, maybe the best TNA pay-per-view of the year.
You know, it might be the best in your opinion, but in my opinion, I don't think it can top Bound for Glory from this year.
Bound for Glory, also a good pay-per-view, but I mean, the X Division stole the spotlight. Homicide, an amazing Red X Division championship match. Great matchup. Surprising matchup of the night. Tara Awesome Kong inside 6 Sides of Steel. You know, that matchup actually surprised me. But the two main events, Kurt Angle, Desmond Wolfe, and then the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, Chris Daniels, I almost said somebody else who I can't say, I get in trouble. Samoa Joe and AJ Styles for the World Heavyweight title. You know, a lot of people are saying, can they top Unbreakable from 2005? My answer, yes, they can.
And they did.
Yeah! But, one of the big shockers from Turning Point was Kevin Nash helping the World Elite and saying he did it for Hulk. Could this be the foundation of the NWO one more time?
That sounds good to me, brother.
I mean, think about it. Booker T's there. I mean, he's main event Mafia, but he could maybe slip in. Scott Steiner's there, NWO member. Kevin Nash. Scott Hall's been, in and out of TNA. Yeah. You never know what can happen with Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Speaking of Hulk Hogan, I don't know if you guys saw on the internet, he's wrestling in Australia, the Hulkamania Tour, Ric Flair. It was actually a press conference, Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan. Ric Flair busted open Hulk Hogan. Just bleh. He didn't make the noise and go bleh, though. But he was, All right, let's go on to Monday Night Raw. They were live in the Garden. And that video in the Garden, the highlight video of the Garden, probably my favorite highlight video of the year.
Priceless.
No, they're legacy now. They don't call themselves. Anyway, Raw from the Garden, 2 title matches. Miz retains and Mickie or Melina retains. Any surprise?
Not really. I like the Miz as U.S. champion, and I think he did a pretty good match.
It was a decent match to kick off Raw. Big shocker of the night, DX attacking the midget, Hornswoggle.
Yeah, Triple H setting him up for the pedigree. Personally, I thought this was a good segment. I thought it added a little humor, for me anyway. Maybe not for all you politically correct people who say, don't beat up on midgets, I don't give a shit about you.
Well, see, the way I see it, it could have been maybe planting the seeds of at least a Triple H heel turn, maybe an entire DX heel turn. Just planting a little bit of seeds.
I would like to see Triple H as a heel. I think he makes a very, very good heel, especially in his Evolution days.
Oh, those are the days.
I think if DX as a whole did a heel turn, I think I would like that too.
And then, one of the biggest main events in Monday Night Raw history, it was the Unified World Tag Team Champions Chris Jericho and The Big Show against D-Generation X and in the third team, John Cena and The Undertaker. I wish that match would have been longer.
Me too. I think it had the potential to be a pretty good slobber knocker.
I mean, they were in the Garden.
Yep.
And, but, it was cool. Undertaker laying out Cena at the end, showing that maybe the World's Heavyweight Champion, the more dominant champion in WWE.
Definitely.
And what about the Celtic Warrior Sheamus? Since his debut on Raw 4 weeks ago, this guy's been out of control.
Out of control. Taking out Jerry Lawler like that, man, that's crazy.
And he is that confident to wear that not much of clothes.
Yeah.
He's that pale.
And he's paler than me.
This guy Sheamus is so pale. Like, if they turn the lights on, you couldn't find him.
Probably. He's got skill, though.
You ever heard of the Find the Midget match? I'll have the Find the Sheamus match. All right, moving on to Extreme Championship Wrestling. Not so extreme anymore, but they hailed from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, the hometown of ECW. That's kind of cool. Right there, the sound you thought?
Yeah. I thought it would have been really cool if Paul Heyman would have hosted it, but
they don't have hosts on ECW. They have the girl in the sling.
Well, they could have had a special one-time deal.
I know, but still, like, she's in the sling, and it wasn't even like she got in a car crash, and they never showed it.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm doing this.
Because you're stupid.
Anyway, CM Punk on ECW. His return and a lot of straight edge jokes. The only entertaining straight edge promo was probably the Christian.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Let's see what happened on that card. Vance Archer, a.k.a. Lance Hoyt from TNA Wrestling, doing very well.
He's doing all right, yeah.
Weak finisher, but, you know, who doesn't know weak finisher anymore?
Yeah.
Zack Ryder with Rosa Mendes. I talked to him before the show about this. I'm a huge Zack Ryder fan, you know, the LI. But, I don't like the Rosa Mendes. It doesn't fit the thing, or the character.
Yeah, Rosa Mendes, you know, she's hot and everything, but, you know.
She is hot. And Hurricane defeats Paul Burchill, sends Paul Burchill out of ECW, out the door, and the Hurricane's mask remains on his face, even though we know it's Gregory Helms.
It is?
Well, didn't you listen to Paul Burchill like 3 weeks ago? He keeps saying it's Gregory Helms.
Well, what does he know? He's from England.
It's true. You know, for all we know, it could be like, you know, Suicide and the Hurricane could be the same person.
Yeah.
And they could be like wrestling, and that'd be some fucked up shit.
Yeah. Could be Hulk Hogan. Who knows?
Brother. And main event on ECW was R-Truth and Christian versus William Regal and CM Punk. Survivor Series preview. We'll do that a little bit later in the show. But, you know, decent tag team matchup. R-Truth gets a main event. Yeah. Another TNA guy getting a little bit of a push.
Yeah.
Pretty did something right?
Yeah.
All right, so I know it's only Thursday, and, you know, we aren't going to get to see and, you know, predict and review a lot of the shows this week. But we got Superstars tonight right here on WG in America. Not really here because we aren't WG in America, but, you know, whatever.
It's in Chicago.
Big main event tonight. It's the world's strongest man, Mark Henry, Cody Rhodes, one-on-one, a Survivor Series preview contest that way as well.
That's going to be...
squash!
Yes.
And then it's TNA Impact, Spike TV, 9 o'clock Eastern Time. This guy's turned into a TNA fan over here. I got him hooked.
He's got me hooked.
But fallout from Turning Point, including, we'll hear from the Icon Sting on the Hulk Hogan situation. We haven't heard from Sting since Bound for Glory. What are you predicting for Sting?
I don't know. You know, before Bound for Glory, I thought maybe he might retire or something. But, you know, maybe now that Hulk Hogan's in there, maybe they will collaborate.
You know, we've heard the rumors of Ric Flair coming to TNA. Could we see Sting versus Flair one more time? Could we see Sting versus Hogan one more time?
I would love to see Sting versus Flair one more time.
Woo!
That would be the match of the century. Which is only 9 years, but...
You know, it happened in 2010, so probably 10 years. Yeah. And then Friday Night Smackdown, My Network TV, 8 o'clock Eastern Time. It's going to be the Brothers of Destruction, The Undertaker and Kane, teaming up to take on Unified World Tag Team Champions Chris Jericho and The Big Show.
Should be a smashing contest, my friend, and personally I'm very excited to see the Brothers of Destruction team up again for the first time in almost a year on SmackDown.
I'm kind of afraid for Chris Jericho. He's a little dude. There's all these...
Yeah.
Choosh!
They're going to squash Christina.
Christina. All right, it's time for one of our favorite segments of the week. It is called the Match of the Week. And is there any doubt this week?
No doubt whatsoever.
Turning Point 2009, Chris Daniels, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. No doubt in our minds. I mean, that was an incredible matchup. All right, guys. I know these videos have to be 10 minutes for YouTube, so... next part of the video, we're going to, give you the Survivor Series rundown and the predictions of all the matches for the Thanksgiving and Fall Classic. And we're going to debut the continuation of a new segment, The Great Debate, 2 topics this week. Should be interesting what we got planned. And then the final part of the video, we are going to debut a new segment. It's called The List. This week, the 15 greatest WrestleMania matches of all time. And... we dug up in the past videos. We're going to answer your questions right here on the Wrestling Revolution. Make sure to check out the rest of the videos.